Welcome, namaste, to another edition of Chair Yoga. Today I am going to be using some blocks, but if you don't have blocks, you can use, books or a small little hassock. It's just basically to get our feet up a little bit higher than our hip today. So, but before we do that, I'd like to first, kind of ground in and find our breath, reconnect with our minds and bodies and souls with breath. So just take a moment to find first a nice seated chair. If you have one with arms today, that's okay, but preferably along the line you want to have one without arms so that we have a little bit more range of motion. You want a nice clean surface as well. Perhaps maybe the chair should be on some type of a non-skid rug, or such as I have as a yoga mat, so that you don't slide all over the place. So we'll start in today with just a regular breath, something that feels very comfortable to you. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And of course, if that doesn't work for you, you can always inhale through the nose and out through the mouth a few times. They actually call that letting go breath, just sighing it out and letting it go. So inhale and exhale. Good. And maybe what we can do too, just so that you have a little bit more awareness of your breath, is maybe take one hand to your chest and one to your belly. And then when you breathe in, just notice your hands and the motion that breath makes. So inhaling and exhaling. And then inhale and exhale. And then just continue with your hands maybe on your lap with the palms facing upward. A couple more rounds of breath just so that you can arrive into the moment, into the day, allowing your to-do list to just kind of go by the wayside for the next few minutes or half hour or so that you can really just concentrate on bringing some flexibility into the body as well as breath. And just take a couple more rounds of that deep breath. Finding that stillness. Cultivating softness in the body. Good. And then we'll begin. So, what we'll start with is grounding our feet into the floor as best you can, and then maybe bringing your hands alongside your chair seat. Now, if you have arms, you can bring your hands right up onto those arms of the chair. And I also want you to lift up, squeezing your shoulder blades towards each other, but not with the shoulders up by your ears. You don't want to do that. You just want to kind of squeeze them towards each other as you lift up and broaden through your collarbone. Then allow the belly button to come in. Pulling that belly button in and pressing your feet firmly into the floor. Now you're going to be engaging your quadriceps a little bit. That's that great big muscle between your knee and your hip. Okay, so you want to press into the floor with your feet as you lengthen up into that spine, squeezing those shoulder blades together, right? And then once you get there, and I'm about halfway off the chair too. So once you get there, you want to drop the hands down and feel that connection. Now this is mountain pose, but we're actually sitting in the chair for this. Well, a lot of times when we do this posture, we're standing, but we can still engage the muscles and get that feeling of stillness and stability and strength, just sitting in the chair like this. So I'm really pressing my feet in firmly. I'm really feeling those quadriceps engage. I'm lengthening through my spine. I'm broadening through my collarbone. I'm lifting up right? I feel very strong and sturdy like a mountain, right? Beautiful. Fingertips now too, they're being drawn down as if you have fishing weights or weights in your hands. Draw those wrists down, feel the shoulder blades follow along the wrist, and sitting up nice and tall. Couple of rounds of breath here, just feeling this. We're really engaging here. Good, and then begin to relax a little bit and soften in. Relax those hands, maybe start to roll the wrists around a little bit. Right, warming up through the wrists. And then let's clasp our hands today and take some figure eights with our hands, rolling through our wrists again. And then maybe taking it the opposite way, right? There you go. And then opening and closing the fingers, wiggling the fingers, right? Good. And then we're going to bring our thumbs together, flip the palms of our hands, bring the knuckles together, and to interlace each of those fingers, right? And then you're going to start to draw them together like this, right? And really feel that stretch in the hands and then the knuckles. And just breathing here for a moment. Feel that nice stretch. And then we'll unwind. You take them back out again. And then just slide the fingertips down a little bit so that you're interlacing now a little bit different, right? And then again, draw the knuckles together nice and strong here. And feel that nice stretch. Good, huh? Beautiful. And then releasing. Good. And then we're just going to start by taking the block. Now, if you don't have blocks, like I said, you can just bring books or something. I just want to take this. We're going to start in a posture called Baddha Konasana, which is bringing the feet together. So I'm building a little bit of a block here, building them up. And I'm going to take my feet, and I'm going to try and take the soles of my feet together as best I can. Now this is going to open up, and it externally rotates my femur bones and the groin area. So I'm going to take my hands right on the inside of my knees, and this is like kind of a little bit of an anchor so that I can keep my spine nice and long while my knees are going outward, right? I'm lifting up and I'm broadening. So what I'm doing is I'm opening up the sacrum area, right? We want that sacral area to open so that the spine can kind of grow right on out of it. And I'm lifting up here, taking some breath in here, right? So we're kind of mirror imaging, when we're sitting on the floor like this, we kind of mirror imaging it a little bit by bringing the floor up. Okay, and again, if you don't have blocks today, that's fine. You can probably still, do this. Let me just slide them out a little bit and show you. It's a little bit, you'll have to slide off the chair a little bit so that you can get there, okay? But I'm going to try to bring them back, bring these blocks back. Here we go, huh? And then bring my feet back up. Ooh, let me slide it over a little bit more. There we go. And I'm lifting up, right up. Good. Beautiful. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my rolls with this. Now we've done rolls before in the past, right? But our feet are on the floor. So this is kind of cool, just to kind of give a different sensation to the body, right? Rolling around one way, trying to keep your sits bones on the chair as you do this, right? Keep your knees wide. Your hands can be on your knees for a little extra support as you're rolling over. And of course, if this doesn't work for your ankles, then by all means, just bring your feet right down onto the floor. It's all good, right? And then we're going to pause, and we'll just kind of take that little turn the opposite way. And again, you're trying to keep this from rolling. You really want to roll from the rib cage. It's not so much from the shoulders as it is from the rib cage. So feel it moving from left to right with ease and no discomfort, right? If you get a little discomfort, then again, just bow out of it and not do it. And that's true of anything that we do. Here we go. Beautiful. Good. And then we're going to sit up nice and tall, and we're just going to bring our arms right on up and reach, and we'll twist over to one side, bringing the hand over to the opposite knee. Let the other hand drop down, keeping you nice. You can use the chair for a little stability if you need to press on the chair. Lifting up and twisting here. And then we're going to sweep the arms up, get some nice length, and then bring it right on over to the other side. And lifting up again. And then sweeping the arms back up, bringing them back down to center. And this time, you want to keep the chest lifted, keep the chin lifted, and you're just going to slide your fingertips down the inside of the leg. And then you can kind of push a little bit to get a little bit of length in that lower rib cage, in that lower lumbar spine. Feeling that lower vertebra kind of stretch and open up a little bit. Keep the shoulders down away from your ears as you do this. And then sliding back up nice and slow and gentle. And we'll do that again, starting with the other side this time. Reaching up, twisting over to one side. Breathing, make sure the twist is coming from that belly button area. Reach up. Twist to the other side. And then you're going to sweep up, get some length here, and then bring the hands down, keep the length, and then slide down again. Maybe you go a little bit further this time, right? And breathing, making sure your feet are very well grounded on those blocks or on the floor. You don't want to kind of tumble out of the chair, right? You want to push the sits bones back into the chair, lift the heart, lift your gaze. Good. And then sliding back up. Beautiful. And then bring your knees together. And then we're just going to reach those arms up. Exhale them down and grab hold of one knee and draw it way in. I've got my right. And then I'm going to extend that leg out in front. So now the block is there, so maybe I take this block off. I think that'll be best. Here we go. I'm going to have this knee open as much as I can. If your hamstrings are tight, however, you're probably going to have a little bit of a bend in the knee. That's okay. But if not, try to hold onto the chair and push through the heel of the foot, drawing that up. Now I'm going to keep this standing leg nice and firm as I push in, and again, engage the quadricep. Lift up like we did, right? The same thing. Lift and squeeze those shoulder blades towards each other. And then you're going to start to hinge forward again like we did in Baddha Konasana. Only this time you're really going to feel it in the back of that leg. And just start to breathe into it as much as you can. Right? And the same thing, think about trying to get that, back side nice and long and straight. And then the gaze goes beyond your toes. Maybe find some spot that little dust bunny. Look for dust bunnies. That's always good, right? There you go. And then slide it up, right? Bring that foot back in, and we'll take that to the other side. So first I'm going to draw my knee in towards my chest as best I can. Then I'm going to extend that leg out. Take the hands on either side of the chair. And again, if you've got arms, you can put the hands on your arms of the chair. Lifting up, engage the quadricep now on that right foot by pushing into the block with that sole of the foot. Lifting up, and then we start to hinge forward again, right? And you can hang on to the back of that chair, keep the shoulders down away from your ears, push through the heel, and the more you bring your toes back, the more you'll feel that opening in the back of the knee. And breathing, huh? Good. And then slide that back in. Knees can come together. We can lift up and then just kind of come forward, and then let your hands drop over the knees a little bit. Feel that breath in the back side of the body, breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to take it into chair pose, Utkatasana. And I still have my feet up on the block, right? Really reaching here. Good. And then coming on down, right? Sitting up nice and tall. And we'll do that again. Reach the fingertips up and forward. So the thumbs are kind of going up towards the ceiling. Try to draw the elbows in as best you can. Bring them up by your ears and then hinge forward and breathe here and push those feet firmly into the floor. Pull the belly button in. It's a very powerful posture. Beautiful. And then exhale. The hands can come down. Great, huh? All right, so I'm going to slide those over for a little bit, and then I'll bring my feet firmly onto the floor. And we're going to open up through the side body now. So I'm going to hang onto the chair with one hand. I'm going to take my other hand out, and I'm going to pull it back a little bit, and then bring it up, and then take a little dip to one side. And again, you want to reach with the elbow. Try not to bend the elbow. You want to try to reach it out nice and straight, and then maybe even take a slight little back bend looking up towards the ceiling, maybe a little bit underneath your armpit, and then feel the stretch coming from the armpit right down into the hip, and breathe through that. We're creating space in that side body, and then bring that hand down nice and slow and gentle, and we'll try that on the other side. So opening up the pectoral by opening the thumb and pressing the hand back a little bit, and then come right on up, and then hinging over to the other side, opposite side. And again, try to keep that arm as straight as possible as you begin to lean back. Good, huh? There you go. And then coming all the way back to center. Nice job. All right, so now we're going to take the arm out and reach it out as far as you can. And then we're going to take the opposite leg, and we're going to reach the opposite leg up as we reach the arm up. Okay, this is working that thigh, working the core. So try not to, don't lean back. Get right up on your tippy toes, and then bring that hand down, bring the leg in. Okay, and again, reach the arm and then up, bring it down and down. Arm and leg, down and down. Other side, reach the arm up and then come out with the leg, come down and come down, and then out with the arm, come up, down and down. One more, out and up and down. Beautiful. And then tap that out, huh? All right, and then we'll take a nice inhale up, exhale down. Again, connecting with that side. Take another side stretch. This time you notice if it's a little bit easier. Second time around, it usually is. And then come down, and then take it to the other side. Reach the arm up, and come right on over. There you go. Breathe, 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 right? And then come down. All right, and then the arm comes out, leg comes up, reach down, and down. Up, up, and down. One more, up, and down. Other side, out, up, here we go, and down, out, and up, and down. One more, out and up and down, and tap that out. Beautiful. All right, so now we're going to take ourselves over to the side, and we're going to work the extension of the back of that knee a little bit. So if you have arms on your chair, you're probably only going to want to go to the corner of the chair. But if you don't have arms, I want you to come all the way over to the side of the chair, okay? And you can take your block and bring it on the floor in case you need it for your knee. So what we're going to do is hang on to the back of the chair with our hands for some stability. I'm going to take the outside leg, and I'm going to bring it down. Let me fix this. And come on to it. You can support your knee with the block, okay? Now, what I want to try and do is get you to start to begin to open up the back of the knee so it starts to look like this, right? But it's sometimes a work in progress for all of us, right? So we can do this by practicing using the block. And what we can do is plug the big toe in on the back and then the big toe in the front. And then allow yourself to sit up nice and tall, use the back of the chair, and all you're going to do is press the knee off the block a little bit and then bring it down. And then press and pull it up and down. Now you should feel this in the glute muscles, right? You want to feel it in the quadriceps, definitely in the glutes. But you use your foot and you press the foot in and just lift the kneecap, okay? And then bring it down. That's strengthening your leg and in the knee too. Strengthen it, pull it up, and bring it down. Now, of course, if you've got the ability to straighten that leg out, you can straighten it out and then soften. And then straighten it out and soften. And then straighten it out. Okay, and soften. And then we'll straighten it out. We're going to press now the front foot in. All right, now if you have to, keep your knee on the block. It's all good, right? Reaching right here. I'm going to take my outside arm. I'm going to reach it up. I'm going to take a slight little back bend. And then I'm going to take the other hand up, reach that up, and lo and behold, I am in what we call Virabhadrasana 1 or what Warrior 1, okay? So Warrior 1 posture, lifting up, leaning back a little bit, okay? Good, and then maybe bringing the hands down to your heart center, folding back onto the chair, releasing that knee a little bit, maybe bringing it back to the block and relaxing, okay? We'll try that one more time. So again, you can stay here and just raise those arms up. It's all good. Or you can try to start to practice extending that leg out, opening up through the back of that hamstring, right? You should feel it right in the quadricep. You feel it in the hip flexor too. Reach up, Virabhadrasana 1. Okay, huh? And then coming all the way down, maybe bringing hands to heart center. Hold on to the chair maybe, and then just roll yourself around, okay? And tap out those legs, and we'll try it on the other side, okay? So now remembering that one side's always different than the other, and sometimes that changes, right? So let's sweep all the way over, and again, if you've got arms, you want to sit to the corner of the chair. You can still access this. I'm going to take the outside leg and I'm going to bring it maybe onto my block first. Okay, so I've got one leg stable in front, a nice 90-degree angle, and then the other leg is on the block. Okay, just take that a little bit. And again, you can start out here and just squeeze that glute muscle to lift the kneecap and then push down onto the floor with your toe and then just bring it down. And then lift and bring it down and then lift and bring it down. And of course, you're pushing into the floor with the other foot. And if you can't quite reach, right, because we all have different proportions with our legs and the chairs, you can bring a block into so that you can have some stability on that front foot. So my legs are a little bit short, so actually the block feels pretty good underneath that foot. So I'm going to lift and bring it out, and then lift and bring it down. Okay, so you can try that. Now I'm going to start to straighten this leg out, okay? And if you have that ability, fine. If not, it's fine too. And then soften. And then press it open. and soften. So my glute muscles are really getting a workout here. And then press open, right? And soften. One more, press open, stay open. Now either hang on to the back of the chair and reach the outside arm up, coming into that Virabhadrasana 1. And once you feel pretty safe and secure, though that's important, don't raise that other arm up if you're not feeling safe. But if you are, go ahead and raise the arm up and come into the full expression of the posture. Really reaching up here, and then maybe taking a slight little back bend, really reaching those arms back, squeezing those shoulder blades towards each other, making sure the shoulders aren't up by your ears. Slight back bend, breathe, breathe, breathe. And then bring the hands down to your heart center, okay? Maybe taking it and relaxing a little bit, getting out of it. And we'll do that one more time. So I'm going to slide my foot further away this time, or trying to open up through my back of my knee, right? And then I'm going to reach the arms up, open up, take that slight back bend, breathing here. Good, and then bring the hands down, back in. And then I just bring my hands down to the chair, and I'm going to rotate around and find the front of the chair. Whew, working those legs, huh? Tapping it out a little bit. Okay, good. All right, so let's take this over here into a fallen triangle into angle pose. And you can use your blocks for angle pose, right? So let's put them here for now. All right, so they're right there. And again, if you don't have blocks, it's fine. You can do this without. And I'm going to take my feet out into a wide angle. And my hands are going to come up. Let's do a little bit of shoulder work first. A little bit of, let's do like a little bit of a scarecrow kind of thing. So we're here, right? And then bring the arms down if you can. And then reach them up. And then bring them down. And reach them up. Try to keep the elbows lifted and squeezing those shoulder blades together. We turn them down, right? Maybe they hang a little bit, right? And then up. And then just take one down and up. And the other one down and up. Beautiful. Down and up. Working that top of that shoulder and up. Beautiful. Then bring them together. And then open up wide. And then bring them on together. And then open wide. There you go. One more. Bring them together. And open wide. Beautiful. So now from here, just reach them to the ceiling. Reach them to the sky. Make your fingers nice and wide. And then kick out one foot and then the other. And you're in what we call star pose. Right? Really reaching up here. I'm at the edge of my chair. And then from star, what I want to do is go into what we call fallen triangle or fallen star. So I'm going to come down, and one hand's going to go on the inside of my knee, and the other arm's going to go right on up. And then I'm going to come right on back up, and then fall on over to the other side. You go and come right on up. And then again to one side. Come up. And you can breathe. You want to breathe through this. Let the breath work with you, right? So you inhale here, you exhale here. You inhale here, you exhale here. Now inhale, this time bend the knee and bring the fingertips down a little bit further. If you need your block, bring your block in, right? Really reaching up. Otherwise, fingertips are down by the ankle as we reach up. Slide that foot back out, bring the arm back out, slide the other side in, reaching up. There you go. And then again, reaching up, slide in, reaching up, and slide in. And you can really use that back side of the hand right up against the shin to help with the twist. A little bit of a twist in this. Let's do it one more time so you can feel that. So we come in, bring the hand down, push into that inner seam of that calf muscle in the ankle. Get the twist looking up towards the ceiling, and then again up, and then push and twist. Beautiful. Now from here, I'm just going to come up into what we call Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. This leg stays out straight. I'm on the heel, and the only difference now is my arms are at an right out from one another. Okay, beautiful. And then we can take the ankle pose from here and work through our shoulder. So you take the arm all the way down and around as if you had arm of a clock. Reach up and twist with it, right? And look up. A little slight variation on that ankle pose. And then the arm comes down and around again. And twist. And one more time, down and around. Yeah, I'm hearing crack, 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 crack. And twist. And then we're going to sweep back up into Vira 2 here. I'm just going to slide this leg up and this one in, taking the Vira 2 on this side. And then we'll do the ankle pose with that sweep 3 times on this side. So bending the elbow, sweeping the arm down and around, and kind of take a little bit of a twist as you look up and over, and then sweep the arm down and around. There we go, huh? And then sweep it down and around. Good. And then coming right back into that Vira 2. And then bringing the hands back together at your heart center. Beautiful. And take my blocks back again. I just want to bring my feet back up a little bit higher. Okay, so the knees are a little bit higher than my hip. And of course, if you have long legs, it'll be very high, right? Or vice versa. And I'm going to lift up, and today we're doing our cat and cow back and forth this way. So just lifting up, kind of slowing things down, coming up and back, and then come up and tucking round. Good. And then keeping your feet up on those blocks this morning or today, reaching those palms down, finding that mountain pose again, right? There you go. Good. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to start to take my left ear to my left shoulder. Okay, try to keep the chin up away from the chest a little bit. And then taking the hand and bring it right on over to the temple a little bit. And then you can kind of draw that down. The other arm kind of dangles a little bit, the shoulder dangles. And you should feel this nice stretch right along the back side of the neck, or I should say behind the ear down into the shoulder a little bit. And breathe. Good. And then we'll release the hand, right? And then just draw the head up, draw the shoulders up and back, and try that on the other side. So just be mindful of the neck, right? And then taking that hand right onto the temple. And you're not pulling, you're just kind of inviting and guiding and keeping the chin up as you draw that head over a little bit more. Even this elbow can kind of come back a little bit. And then that hand can dangle. Let the gravity take hold so it's bringing the shoulder down. And breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. And then coming back to center, nice and gentle. Reach your arms way out and then bring the palms of the hands together at your heart. A little bit more work on the neck. So we're just going to push everything over to one side and then look towards the opposite side. And then coming back to center and then bringing it over and looking to the opposite. Good, and then come back to center. We'll do that again, okay? So you want to just push everything over, try to keep it stable, lifting up in that back, softening those shoulders back, bringing those thumbs towards the sternum, and then drawing the gaze over the opposite shoulder. And then draw right back to center, reestablish that lift. Doesn't take much for us to lose it. And then right on over and look. Good, and then coming back. And then dropping the hands. And let's try that with a twist. So inhale, the hands come up. Exhale, both hands over to one side. Let them drop down, right? Use your hands. You can even take the hand behind you, right, onto the chair and lift up. Use the chair for that nice lift. And then as we're twisting this way, see if you can just slowly and gently turn your head the opposite direction, right? Like you're looking over. And use your eyes here too, like you're trying to look out of the corner of your eye, work the eye muscle. Breathing, of course, right? And then drop the chin down, let it come down and around as it comes back, looking to the same way you're twisting. Lifting up. And then we'll try that on the other side. So unwinding, nice and slow and gentle. And we'll take our arms up. I like to bring my arms up and then twist. It just helps with the length. And then coming right on over, establish your twist. So maybe you want to take your hand maybe in your back pocket or your side pocket. You're lifting up. You're using the outside hand on the outside of the edge of the knee as a little bit of guidance, right? We're breathing, lifting, and now turning the head nice and slow and gentle over the opposite shoulder, lifting up, and then use your eyes. Try to get them right to the corner as you look out the corner of your eyes. And then bringing that back. Bring your eyes back first, and then drop the head down. Roll it right on over, so that you're looking right back again into the twist. Good, and then bringing your hands back to center. We'll take another inhale, reach the arms up and float them down. Beautiful. And then roll the shoulders back. A couple of big rolls, and then roll them forward. Good. And then just adjusting yourself back in the chair, maybe getting rid of the blocks a little bit, right? Sitting a little bit upright, feet now firm on the floor. And remember those circles that we did with Baddha Konasana? Let's just try them with our feet on the floor as we start to roll around. Nice and slow. Feel if there's any difference, any preference. Here we go. And then rolling the opposite way. Good. Beautiful. And then inhaling, the hands can come up. Interlace your fingers. Press through those palms. Reach, reach, reach. Bring them right on down in front of you, flipping them, pulling on those fingers. And then we'll release and do that again, sweeping the hands up. Try to interlace them the opposite way this time. Reach, 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 reach. Get that length. And then bring them on down. Lift the palms and pull on those fingers. There you go. Beautiful. And then relaxing and flipping. And then see if you can bring your hands, your fingertips inward a little bit, right? It's going to internally rotate. Just see how that feels. Working through the tricep and the bicep a little differently. Of course, this might be uncomfortable for you. And then flip them this way, just a little bit. Awesome. This is easy to do on the floor, but it's all good. And then flipping the palms this way. Just working through the wrists a little bit and try to get those shoulders and elbows down. And then flip one palm and then the other, sitting up nice and tall and finishing off where we started with our breath. So a little bit of a Shavasana here. We're going to take a nice deep breath in to the count of 4, and we're going to exhale to the count of 5. So a little extra on that exhalation. So here we go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause for a moment and then begin again. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just keep going at your own pace. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Finding some time to find that stillness, going within. Allow your mind to be clear. Cleaning it. Housekeeping. Anytime you're trying to settle down, always invite your breath in. That'll help settle your nerves, settle your nervous system. Count to 10 or take 10 breaths. It's all good. And anytime worries or concerns come up, you can just rely on your breath to help you bring your mind away from that. And it's something as simple as just saying, I breathe in and I breathe out. But bringing that quality of breath to your mind, bringing that slowness, stillness, and ease to your mind with your breath. And I'm going to raise my arms up and just leave you here for you to breathe for as long as you would like, drawing your hands together at your heart space. Finding a little gratitude for yourself for taking a moment to just stop and go through the program, or even just stop and breathe. Just stop for a moment, relax, and still the mind. I'm drawing my thumbs now to my third eye as I bow to all of you and remind you that the love and the light that you continue to shine upon myself is the same love and light that I shine on you. In gratitude, we therefore say, Namaste. Have a wonderful day or evening wherever you may be, and just keep moving. Thank you so much.